Finally, we are back on to stage 2 of the tuning exams. Last episode, a filler, not a lot to talk about, but today we got some stuff. Naruto, episode 27. This episode starts off with a little peek into the forest of death. A bird is just standing there chilling and gets ate by a snake. What we saw actually may be foreshadowing. Anko says, "This place is called the Forest of Death. You'll soon realize why." For some reason, Naruto decides to mock Anko by doing this silly little dance and repeating what she just said. Afterwards, Naruto says, "That kind of threat doesn't work on me. I'm not scared." Anko responds to Naruto with a smile on her face and her eyes closed. "Really? You've got a lot of energy." Suddenly, her demeanor changes. She pulls a kunai knife from her sleeve and throws it right near Naruto's face, and it hits the ground. And with just a blink, Anko is now behind Naruto. She says, "A kid like you dies at the very beginning." And from a closer look, that earlier kunai knife that was thrown at Naruto actually did make a cut on him. She says something that's a little creepy, "Dabbled with the red blood I like." At the same time she goes to touch his blood, she has a sudden reaction which makes her pull out her kunai knife. In an act of kindness, it's one of the shinobi that is returning her kunai knife, and it's not in no ordinary style. Instead of handing it over with their hand, it's with their tongue. The uneasiness sort of kills that whole situation that was just created. But we do pose a new question. Who was the girl with the serpent tongue? Anko continues on like normal. Now, before they can do anything else, they need to sign this consent form. The reason being, you have a high chance of dying. Now it's time for the test explanation. Ultimately, it seems like this is a limits test of survival. Up first, they're going to be given a step-by-step instruction on the terrain of the training field. Training field number 44 is surrounded by 44 locked entrance gates. There are rivers and a forest and a tower in the middle. It's about 10 kilometers from the towers to the gate. In this confined area, you will go through a certain survival program, the contents of which are an anything goes scroll battle. They are to fight for two scrolls, one being the Heaven Scroll and the other being the Earth Scroll. With 26 teams left, 13 teams will get the Heaven Scroll, and 13 teams will get the Earth Scroll. Sasuke asks, "What's the condition of the test?" Anka responds with, "Three of you bring both the Heaven and Earth Scrolls to the tower in the center." Additionally, there is a time limit in this test, 120 hours. And to be more precise, it exactly converts to 5 days. So I find this funny. Even though they're ninjas, they're kids, and they're going to be made to spend 5 days in the forest, even if they give up. The whole point is they need to go out there, survive. No supplies, no food, no nothing. Now we move on to conditions of disqualification. For the first one, if all three members of the team can't make it to the tower with both the Heaven and Earth Scroll within the time limit. Number 2, if a team loses a member or if a member became incapacitated. So there's actually a supplement role to go along with that. Absolutely do not look at the contents of the scrolls, but you are allowed to look at them once you reach the tower. Essentially, this is a test of reliability to be able to transport sacred text. Now with the explaining over, they must turn in their forms, and in exchange, they will get their scroll. They will then pick an entrance to start from, and all simultaneously the gates will open. Anko does leave them with some advice: don't die. Everyone is reading over the form and signing it. Now Sasuke is chilling back and he observes something at the booth where you're supposed to get the scroll. There will be a cover and you won't know what team gets what scroll. Sakura on the other hand is wandering around and of course Inu comes out of nowhere making fun of her along with her team standing behind her. I feel like this is important because it fuels Sakura more than ever because she might have been second guessing herself once again. Naruto is walking around and he's just thinking, all there is to do is write my name with all this time. Suddenly he sees Hinata, he goes over, and she looks at Naruto and she just starts blushing a little bit. She was getting ready to give him a bandage because she saw his cut, and of course Naruto doesn't notice it and walks by her. Finally, it's time for the scroll exchange. Team 7 receives the Heaven Scroll. With that, everyone must get into position. They're going to be starting in 30 minutes. Team 8 is lined up at gate 16. Team 10 is outside gate 27. And our Team 7 is outside gate 12. The mysterious shinobi from the village hidden in the sound are at gate 20. Kabuto's group is outside of gate 38. Another group of mysterious but powerful shinobi, the Sand Ninjas, are at gate 6. From the same group as the Serpent Lady, they're outside of gate 15. Amongst the group, they talk about targeting the rookies first, and from now on, it seems they might try to kill. Not only does this team have Rock Lee, but maybe one of the most powerful shinobi in all of this tuning exam, Naiji. as well as 1010. They're at entrance 41. The gates are unlocked, and the clock is right on the dot. Time to begin the second test of the tuning exam. Immediately at the start, everyone runs in. Of course, a lot of these teams already have game plans, and we get to see as they unravel them. The Serpent Tongue Girls team is looking for the Brats, Team 8. Using Hinata's ability, called the Bakugan, they try to locate a scroll. Team 9 has a very eager Mark Lee, who is running ahead because of his excitement of what powerful foes await them. Just like the Serpent Girls team, the Sound Ninjas have a target in mind. Team 10, on the other hand, seems like they're having some teamwork problems. Choji just sits down and starts eating chips. Suddenly, they hear Shinobi coming, so they have to hide into a bush. Luckily, they don't get found. As Team 8 is still making plans, things turn. They are now being preyed on by another team. Thanks to Akamaru, they're able to sense that there's someone there. The shinobi watching Team 8 are still rather cocky, but suddenly, as they're talking, one of them is just quiet, and it seems that his face has turned color. But why? Before we get a closer look, a whole swarm of flying leeches end up landing upon the group, which the home of these is the Leaf Village. They sense body temperature and perspiration. This is sort of a cruel trap if you think about it. If these things suck your blood for more than 5 minutes, you could die. So the first of all the teams to take out one is Team 8. The echo of their screaming can be heard throughout. That's where we catch back up with Team 7. Naruto plays it off like he didn't hear anything, and he has to go use the bathroom. He tries to do so, but Sakura says, "No, not here," hits him, and says, "Go to the grass." So he does so. Naruto comes back after doing so and says, "Ah, that was a lot. I'm refreshed." Suddenly, Sasuke kicks Naruto for literally no reason, making him land against a tree. Sakura is questioning why is he even doing this. At the same time, Naruto is just confused. Sasuke continues to try and attack him. As the two fight, Sasuke asks, "What did you do with the real Naruto?" Which, he's realized something, that this Naruto doesn't have a scratch on his face. And if he thought it was the Tails Beast healing factor that caused this, no, there's another thing Sasuke found, that his shuriken holster is on his left leg. Just like that, we end this episode off with him revealing himself. Now we know the next battle to come in the next episode for our Team 7. In a lot of ways, this is the setup. You're getting the roles, and now we're just thrown into this. A lot of action. A lot of the times you're going to go from one group to the next group, and it's going to do a lot of switching back and forth, which is generally something you'll see a lot of times in this series. So get used to it. We're going to jump a lot, and it's going to get fun, exciting. I'm going to try and go through what I think is important at the time, or at least noteworthy. Sometimes you'll have a stupid moment here and there, which I try not to always skip over if I think it's funny enough, or if it fits for the video really well. Mainly trying to get the story stuff. But before I yap too much, overall, really great episode, and it's looking pretty crazy. Already one team eliminated by Team 8, which is the first. I know I already said it, but man, that's kind of crazy. Out of all the teams, who would have thought? So, if I had to rate this episode, I'm going to say it's a nice 8/8. I liked it. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on Naruto episode 27. Hope you stay safe, and until next time, peace out, guys.